Hey guys, hello, hello, welcome back to my channel. Um, I've started to notice that I very rarely see the good news. I usually see posts about negative events or neutral one. Sometimes I stop reading the news altogether because um, it creates a super tense atmosphere and takes my anxiety to a new level, you know. Uh, and sometimes I close my news feed with the feeling that the world is about to collapse. And I think it's pretty natural for us to focus on bad events, but most of the time we are completely powerless over those events. So I decided to specifically look for and read the good news, and in this video I want to share such news, some such news with you. Here we go. A group of capybaras adopted a stray cat at Malaysian Zoo, and now it's part of their enclosure. Capybaras are highly social animals and tend to get along with most other animals, including dogs and ducks. Meanwhile, orange cats like Oyen are widely considered extremely friendly and cute, if a little lacking in intelligence. Owen became such an integral part of the zoo that zoo officials decided to put his name on the capybara enclosure. It now reads Capybaras and Owen. The women's duo broke the speed record for crossing the Pacific Ocean. Two best friends have made history as the fastest duo to ever cross the Pacific Ocean on paddleboards, beating 40-foot waves and breaking the previous record set by another pair. Jessica Oliver and Charlotte Harris completed this epic swim in 37 days, 11 hours, and 43 minutes. The most frightening episode was a possible collision with a tanker that had its AIS tracking system switched off. It was narrowly avoided. We were 30 seconds away from a head-on collision that would have blown our boat into little pieces, Charlotte said. We were trying to get off their course, being thrown up and down in the path of their boat as it passed just 10 meters away from us. The next one. A baby panda cub has been born in the Moscow Zoo. This is the first case of offspring of these animals on the territory of Russia. Pandas Zhui and Tintin settled in the Moscow Zoo, and this spring the grown up pandas were introduced to each other. An expert on the breeding of large pandas from China came to monitor the process. New York teacher fulfills promise first made to 1978 class and throws eclipse party. Patrick Moriarty brings together about 100 former students of his to watch solar eclipse from his driveway in Rochester. At 22 years old, Moriarty began teaching earth science to junior high students in Webster, New York. For 16 years, for 16 years, Moriarty told his science classes that they would all watch the celestial event together. The former teacher even told students that he would take out an ad in the local paper with more details about the gathering. Moriarty actually began the promised gatherings playing about 2 years ahead on Monday's eclipse. About 100 students arrived to Moriarty's Rochester home to see the eclipse. Some traveled from across the US to attend the viewing party. Students sipped champagne and ate sun shaped cookies during the celebration. Guests jotted their graduating year on provided name tags. Tags. During the viewing party, Moriarty was in full teacher mode, using microphone to provide facts on the eclipse, including how it created a drop in temperature and caused temporary darkness. The next one. The new prosthesis, prosthesis, prosthesis will be able to controlled by the brain. In a clinical trial, the new prosthesis allowed subjects to move at the same speed as people without amputations. The experimental surgery involved reconnecting the muscles in a person's leg, which helped them generate electrical signals to trigger the prosthetics movement. To test the effectiveness of the surgery, the researchers compared these 7 participants with 7 other people who had undergone traditional below the knee amputations. The comparison showed that people who underwent the new surgical procedure increased their walking speed by 41% compared to people who underwent the traditional procedure. The next one. There was a baby boom in the Novosibirsk Zoo. 2 female palas had brought offspring at once. One gave birth to 5 kittens, the other seven. Mom is with them all the time. She protects them, she protects them, makes sure that nothing scares them, takes them to a shelter at the slightest disturbance. The kittens are still small and vulnerable, and the mother's behavior is absolutely justified. So, zoologist Yulia Konovalova and added that zoo staff and visitors are asked not to make noise near the Manu enclosure, near the Manu enclosure. Shh, no noise, no noise near the Manu enclosure. Mongolia has a new tourist record. Mongolia's Ministry of Environment and Tourism has announced that the country received the highest number of tourists in a single day on the 2nd of July in the country's recorded history. According to a ministry statement, Mongolia received a total of 5,174 foreign tourists in one day. Mongolia has declared 2023 to 2025 as the years to visit Mongolia, aiming to attract at least 1 million foreign tourists annually. The next one, lenacapavir, has shown 100% efficacy in HIV prevention. Gilead has announced that in clinical trials, its 2-year injections of lenacapavir have shown 100% efficacy in HIV prevention. It should be noted that these trials are designed to investigate the drug as a pre-exposure prophylaxis for HIV infection. Gilead chief medical officer in a press release said that with 0 infections and twice yearly use of lenacapavir, it has demonstrated 100% efficacy as an important new HIV prevention tool. The next one, US to return historical relics to Italy. Law enforcement officials and state consulates recently released a huge list of stolen art and antiques worth about 80 million euros that the US will return to Italy. The oldest items date back to the 9th century BC and include Roman coins, mosaics, Umbrian bronzes, military equipment, paintings, sculptures, and a variety of ceramics. All of these objects were either illegally excavated or stolen in the regions of Italy. Some were seized from private collections, while others were donated by museums convinced by the authorities' evidence of their illicit origin. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sweet dreams, and thank you, thank you, thank you so much for your attention. Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams.